Alright, so that seems pretty good. It's kind of annoying. Shit, stuck to the fucking thing. Okay. Probably change the game anyway. Hello, how are you? Okay, so that's alright. Always. Didn't do that properly. Alright. So, alright, so what have I got to do? Switch back to my desktop. I'll switch back to my games. For the moment, I'll switch back to that, maybe, I'll see. Still gotta go back into... Oh, let me refresh that. Each... Yeah, I don't have it set up to do that at the moment, unfortunately. Sadly, I don't. I don't actually have it set up. I should set that up, shouldn't I? This is the only issue I've had is when I do copyright stuff. That's all. Because what'll happen sometimes with my copyright stuff, I've had it in the past where I've played music on stream and even on YouTube and stuff, and I've ended up getting muted because of it, I think. Yeah. Watch some porn. Yeah, no, that'll get me banned off. That will definitely get me banned off here. Off Twitch and fucking YouTube at the same time. There's always plenty of porn out there. Pornhub is one of those things. So, anyway, yeah. Go back to my main screen. Where the hell was I? Oh, there we go. That's fine. Yeah, watch some porn live. What? I'm trying to make a career of YouTube and Twitch. There's certain things you cannot do on Twitch. This includes showing your penis. See? Song request. I haven't got it set up to do song requests. That's the problem, I think. Oh, well, I'm already in a few troll groups anyways. That's not a problem. Oh, I was thinking, like on Facebook, but yeah. Oh, I was thinking. Song requests. Yeah, okay. So you're talking about song requests and stuff like that. See, that's probably something I need to do. Yeah, you're probably right. Just because I don't mind. I don't mind trolls. That don't bother me too much. So. I mean, I've done some trolling in the past myself. I still do it occasionally. Actually, I actually did trolling. I trolled someone, and I trolled them so hard that they called the cops on me, and I ended up getting taken away in the back of a paddy wagon. because of it. That's alright, that's alright. I will try and set up song requests. To be honest, I'm running for XSplit at the moment, so I don't know, fuck it. I'm probably gonna do, I might set up some scripting and shit. I've got to do that at some point. Yeah, I've got to do that at some point. But no, yeah, yep, okay. I'll definitely set that up. I haven't been bothered to set it up right now anyway. I know. Okay, hold on a second. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna grab. Yeah. I figured I might get more people if I do that. There's a notification thing too. Is probably notifications on my screen. That's something I need to do too. Because I have got none of that crap set up. That's the thing. And you're probably right. I actually do agree with you. If I set that stuff up, I'll probably be better. Now, the question is, if I was going to do that though, what I'd end up doing though is, I don't know, if I'm going to set that up, I probably have to use OBS. I dread using it because it's not as easy, but as well, it's pretty much all over the internet anyway because I run a business from home. Plus my phone numbers are up there anyway. I run a repair business from home. Plus I do YouTube and everything else. So it's pretty much on Google anyway. But yeah, I do that. That's how they found out where I lived. Well, that was part of it. I mean, I guess I probably took the troll too far because I was pretending to be crazy. But when you pretend to be crazy and you are crazy, it doesn't go down well with some people. Oh, it's funny as hell. Sorry, it's just I can laugh about it now, but fuck me, I tell you. On the song request stuff, yeah. Yeah, that's a fair point. I can look up a tutorial, can't I? Oh, look at the joys of YouTube. Let's have a look. Song requests. Twitch structure. Okay. Probably have to set it up. Some requests. I'll open another window anyway because I want to listen to some music. That's what I fucking wanted. The fuck? Go away, you motherfucking screen. Okay, that's better. Alright, that's perfect. Alright. Yeah, screw it. I'm just gonna put some Frank Sinatra on because I'm in the mood. Frankie. Good old Frankie. Always puts me in the mood anyway. But no, you are right. I should probably do song requests. Because you're probably right. I'll get more trolls and I'll get more people coming down. I've seen some of the raids on 4chan and other stuff, so yeah. I have seen some of the stuff. I build them. Yeah, I sell them. I custom build them for a living. I do gaming machines. I mean, okay, it's in Australia, obviously, but yeah, I do custom build gaming machines as well as repairing computers, you know, general virus stuff, things like that. Also do networking as well, like being able to, you know, basically just well, admin type stuff like mail servers, things like that. Also setting up a network if a router needs to be set up or something like that. So, I don't know. There's a ton of stuff on my. There's a ton of stuff on my ad. Like I covered pretty much everything. I don't know. It's crazy the amount of stuff that I listed there. And this means most of it's just, some of it was self-learned, but all the rest of it is my certificates I ended up getting anyway. I actually have full qualifications in IT. My cert 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do I ship? Yeah, well, I've never done it online. I've more built stuff locally, but I mean, depending on postage, if enough postage was provided, I could probably ship it. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be an issue. I just have to figure out how to pack it, because that'd probably be the first thing. But I mean, I bought. I don't think it'd be too hard to pack. It'd be a new learning curve for me. Be a new learning curve, definitely. Yeah, definitely new learning curve. So. Also, okay. What the? Well, when it comes to... Okay. It depends on what you want. If you want to do 1080p gaming, something these days will probably set you back about 1,500 maybe, depending on the parts you bought in question. Like for something that'll do a relatively good job at 1080p. If you want to do 4K or if you want to do 1440p, obviously the requirements go up and probably the price is going to go up too. I mean, sometimes it can cost you more than that depending, so yeah. Oh, any game. Alright. So, yeah, just you can chuck any game at it. But is that at 1080p? If it's at 1080p, I'd say minimum of about, if it's just 1080p you're doing, for a really decent machine that you can shove the settings all the way up, probably looking at about $2,000 in total. That's probably just, that's a rough, off the top of my head estimation. But, I mean, that's Australian pricing. That's Australian pricing. It might be a little bit cheaper if you're like in the US maybe. I don't know. I mean, well, yeah, it definitely would be cheaper because our dollar isn't quite as equal to the US dollar anyway, so yeah. But yeah, look, I mean, $2,000 will buy you something pretty decent, and not just that. I mean, you can do 1080p, probably even do 1440p if you want. But say the requirements to do 4K and things like that, like as things go up, the price just skyrockets in the sense of parts. Also, it depends on the parts you use too. I tend to stick with certain brands. Kingston HyperX memory has always been my favourite. Well, so far it is anyway, because I had to replace, I had Corsair for a while, and I used that and it was great, but then the RAM developed a couple of problems. Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, no, $2,000 would sound about right. I mean, if you're looking for something fairly decent that does a nice, has a fairly decent graphics card, that, you know, you can chuck any game at pretty much any game you want at it. Yeah, $2,000 would definitely get you, not just that, I mean, it gets you some nice parts. That's the first part of it. And probably some nice customizations as well from there. So, in that sense. These days anyway. What's my experience in the past anyway? I've had A couple of times though. I mean, it depends. See, the other problem I find too with well, see, I don't know, with Australian pricing, and it's kind of shitty, but they always charge fucking fuckloads more money than they should for some components. To be honest with you. Oh, damn! Because America doesn't. America has a little bit of tax, but tax isn't that bad. So, fucking, God, Australia's the most taxed country in the world. It's like, what? You want tax? It's all good. I give you lots of tax. There's tons of tax. What are you talking about? But yeah, no. I'd say, yeah, you'd definitely be able to get something nice for $2,000. I mean, if you were just a budget one, you're probably looking at about $600-700. That's a budget machine with a relatively decent parts. I mean, as a personal preference point, these are the things I would get for the machine. I mean, Oh, okay. What's the specs of the machine? I mean, if you know them, if you don't know them, that's alright, that's not a problem. But I don't know, if you want to send me a message later, I can work out why it's not playing the game in question. First I'd need the requirements of the game, and then the specs of the PC in question, to know exactly what's not working, or working properly anyway. Okay. Oh, that's right. I was gonna click a freaking song and I didn't click it. There we go. Fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Come fly with me, let's float down Siparu. In Loma Land, there's a one-man band and he'll toot his flute for you. Fly with me, let's take off in the blue. So I get you up there, where the air is rarefied. We'll just fly, starry-eyed.
Now that's an interesting car.
Okay. What, are you trying to stream the game? Well, the requirements go up if you're trying to stream. Yeah. Angels be cause we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. Say the words and we'll beat the birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, the requirements always go up on the streaming machine, always. You have to consider that what it's got to stream, and then you've got to consider the requirements for the game at the same time. So if you're streaming something and it's crashing, it can either be the software that you're using to stream, or the PC's not strong enough to stream the game at the same time. There, where the air is rarefied, we'll just fly, starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near, you may hear angels dear, cause we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. say the words and we'll beat the birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me, let's fly, let's fly. Pack up, let's fly away. There we go. That's actually good. Yeah, if you're streaming, it's definitely going to kick the ass out of the game. Oh, sorry, it's going to kick the ass out of the PC if you're streaming. Streaming always is pretty heavy on requirements, so you've got to consider how much it's going to take to stream, and then you've got to consider how much the game takes up at the same time. And if you don't take those into account, you're pretty much fucked. It's a given. But yeah, definitely. Go black and crash. Well, that could be the software you're using. What are you using? I mean, I use XSplit mainly myself, and there's XSplit, but there's also there's XSplit, but there's OBS, Open Broadcaster, open source broadcaster. Or whatever they call it. Yeah, anyway, OBS. I've heard a couple of people talking about OBS and what it's like. But yeah, no, okay, alright, yeah, okay. If you're doing streaming, you should always go that little bit more overkill on something that's going to be streaming stuff. Like in the sense of adding... more to the hardware. Especially with streaming, because it can be really heavy on a system, whether it's the CPU or whether it's the GPU. I mean, most things these days are done by the GPU. Yeah, most stuff is done by the GPU, or most of the work is anyway. Unless the only time that it's gonna be CPUs if you switch it specifically to CPU. I know with XSplit, at least with XSplit anyway, its processing isn't too bad. So yeah, sometimes it's gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass. Depends on. Oh, Steam. Oh, sorry. I thought you said stream. Okay, alright, sorry. I was reading that cockeyed. I am slightly tired, so that's probably the reason. Hold on a second. Now, let me just make that a little bit bigger. So I don't go fucking blind. There we go. That'll work. That's hilarious. I do apologise. I didn't realise that I, Okay. Oh, okay, so Steam crashes. Okay, that could be... I'd say it's the app itself. So, look up the requirements for the app and see if you're actually... Okay, that's the first part of it. I would look up and see what the requirements are for the app. I'd be checking that. Hey, mate, how you doing? Yep, that's what I do. That's the first port of call. I would check and see if people are having the same problem. Go to the Steam forums, support forums, type in just a rough description, say this is what happens when the game... Actually, no, go to Google, type in what you just told me there, where it crashes and completely, like, and type in the game title, or the name of the game, into Google. Once you've typed in that name into Google, search it up, and then find out if people are having the same sort of crash, because I do that all the time. I'll double check and Google something just to make sure that I'm not the only one having that problem with that specific app. And that's the thing, like it's that has happened a few times. So yeah, no Steam plans. Okay, so it could be Steam. I mean, without the specs of the machine to go off of, I mean, how old's the machine? I mean, as long as it's... I mean, if the application itself is just crashing, and it's not blue screening of death or anything like that, or it's not blue screening, then I'd say it could be Steam. It could be the application itself, or the game that you're trying to launch. Probably a combination of the two. Just not liking your computer. I'd say most likely. There's probably some settings you can put into it as well to change it around a bit. Like, I know with there's a couple of games I couldn't ever get to freaking launch, so it's frustrating with some of that stuff. There's a couple of games anyway, but I know in the past I've had games that literally wouldn't launch, and I had to change a bunch of settings for it to actually work. It was mostly just I had to launch it as an administrator. I had to put it in a couple of command prompt stuff, like not command, but a couple of command. I think it was there was a command thing, because there's a command line thing that you can do for startup items in Steam to actually say an application is having a problem starting up or working correctly. So yeah, it's something I've personally had to do myself. Like 2 years. That was only $200. Well, I mean, $200. Yeah, I mean, if it was only that, does it have a graphics card at all? If it doesn't have a graphics card, yeah, if it doesn't have a graphics card, I've always been adamant. It doesn't matter if you have a very even a basic graphics card like 2 gigabytes or 4 gigabytes or something is okay. Because I mean, put it this way: if you want to play games, any game, doesn't matter. Having a graphics card is just the best option in my mind. I mean, even if it's not the most strong to start with, you can always move up to a stronger card. But start with a basic card to sort of see if if the PC will take a card. That's another thing too, though. As you go up in requirements for cards or video cards, the power requirements go up. So ultimately, you need you need a fairly good power supply to run the higher end cards. It's always been pretty common with most machines anyway. But most OEM machines, like you said, it was $200. Was it like an OEM machine? Like was it made by HP or Compaq or something like that? If it's made by those companies, normally the power supply they put into them is pretty piss weak, and it's normally a Chinese fucking rip-off power supply. Like, that's my experience with them so far anyway. Every time that I've ever worked on a Compaq or any of the HP or the, those OEM, as I like to call them, computers, God, the amount of trouble I've had with power supplies blowing up and not working properly or shit happening in that way is like, fuck. It's actually driven me fucking nuts sometimes when I'm trying to do it, to be honest. But yeah, normally with those types of computers, their power supply is pretty piss weak. It normally doesn't have a very high, normally doesn't have a very high wattage, and it just they're for what they are. I mean, they're okay. I mean, I guess they're okay for what they are, but if you're wanting to game, you always need more, well, generally more power. A good power supply always helps.
Man, I'm sorry.
Freaking the amount of times I've had to work on Compaq and HP computers is ridiculous. Yeah, the Ryzen. Yeah, man, I know. Ryzen looks good, eh? I saw some of the latest stuff that they had going. The 16 core. I was looking at that. And I'm like, wow, that's nice. Not just that, but I mean, even looking at the actual performance specs of even the 8 core, for that matter, of the new Ryzen processors, I'm quite impressed. I'm impressed with I'm impressed that AMD lifted their game. Yeah, I'm impressed with the fact that AMD lifted their game. They lifted their game considerably. Not just that, they They really went for the mark and they hit the mark. And, you know, they're still a budget-conscious seller in the sense that they sell budget processors, but now the performance is there, you know, much more so than the older architecture that they were trying to push. Which, I mean, I still have the older architecture myself, but, you know, a lot of the new stuff that we'll put it this way, for all the tech forums and all the stuff I've been reading, I will be honest, most of it is it's all giving positive stuff about this. I mean, it's all positive, pretty much. Yeah, it's all positive stuff. Myself, I'm going to go and buy a Ryzen 1800X, plus a new gaming motherboard, plus I'm going to buy 32 gigabytes of DDR4. So yeah, that's probably going to be my next purchase. I'll buy that, and then eventually after that I'll save up some more money and I'll end up buying probably two 1070s. But see, I'm trying to work out whether I should just buy two 1070s or whether I should just buy one freaking card, which is like a 1080 Ti or something. Because I'd probably be better buying a 1080 Ti at this point. I'm thinking I probably would be. I don't know, I'll see how I feel. It also depends on my budget too, so, you know, that's part of it. Fun and games till somebody loses a panda. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to all this new stuff. Well, no, I've generally been looking forward to I've been looking forward and been quite fascinated by some of the stuff that's been going around, particularly these days. What was my first PC, man? My first PC would have been, well, let's see. What was I in? I just started high school, and I started working at my uncle's corner shop, saving up the money to get the PC in question. And what actually happened was, it cost me, I paid it off. It was like $2,000, but I mean, it was a piece of shit, to be honest. Considering what I've got now, it's comparatively, yeah. My first PC was a Windows 98 first edition piece, yeah, and it was a 400 megahertz AMD K6 processor. Yeah, that was my first one. Yes, yeah. That was my first decent computer that I had and I mucked around with. Saying that I fucked it up a few times because I got viruses and stuff on it, but I mean, eventually I learned what the best course of action for that was, and I learned from my mistakes of getting viruses on my system. But yeah, my first processor was a K6, AMD K6. It worked. It was, yeah, worked pretty well most of the time. And pretty much, I think I had a few things replacing. I think the hard drive died in it, and then they replaced the hard drive because it was still under warranty at the time. What else? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that was my first one. Mine, I don't think was ever that slow. I mean, it started up, but it's I think the problem is I think I overloaded it a little bit sometimes. Oh, the Duron. Ah, yeah. K6. Well, see, I used to work at a place. They were still, to this day, and they're still you can probably still find one in their warehouse. That they had the old like literally Pentium 1, Pentium 2, like Pentium 1, like a Pentium, right? Pentium chips, Pentium tower, everything else, right? With a turbo button on it. You could probably still find one there to this day. No joke. It's just like I'm like what the hell? Like seriously, no, like because I was quite surprised with the fact that I was just quite surprised that it was still around, to be honest. It's a Dell. Yeah, I've used Dell. Yeah, like, that's my point. Dell, any manufacturer, Dell, HP, Compaq, they're all the same. It's all OEM products. So, most of the time they cut corners by putting, like, for example, a power supply, for example. Their power supplies normally end up being about 200, 300 watt at maximum. And that's just enough power to run the computer. And a few extra components and some USBs. But, to be honest, yeah, I don't know. With some of those OEM manufacturers, it makes me wonder. It makes me scratch my head, like, that they've actually, like, some of the computers they put together, I'm like, what the hell? What? Like, honestly, a couple of times I've just gone, what the fuck? Like, seriously, what was going through their mind when they designed this? Like, seriously. The other one was, sorry. I have worked on Dells. The thing I find with a Dell is, it works fine when it's brand new. But as it gradually gets older and older, it starts to develop problems. And when it starts to develop problems, that's when all the issues start. It's normally sometimes motherboard issues or other bits and pieces. And that's the thing I've found with Dells. Every single Dell that I have, every single damn Dell, I swear. I swear there's this freaking Dell that I thought was almost possessed by Satan. Like, the way it acted. Yeah, I remember that. Master slave shit, IDE drives. I still have IDE drives. I still have IDE drives in my workshop, mate. I still got them. I mean, I use SATA now these days, but I still have a few IDE drives. And yeah, that could stuff you up sometimes when you were changing out the pins and everything else. Because like, oh shit, it was like, if you didn't set it to the master one or you didn't set it to slave. There was also this other one, if you set it to a middle pin, it would like limit it to 32 gig or something like that. I normally put a dot in the middle, like not a massive amount. Yeah, if you put too much, it can cause overheating problems. Not just that, but it can smother the CPU. So it's a good idea not to put too much on there. Normally a dot in the middle, spread it out a bit, just, you know. I mean, there's different ways of doing it. Like, sometimes you can use a credit card. Sometimes I've used my finger, I admit. But most of the time, you probably prefer to use a credit card or something like that, just to, you know, spread it across the processor itself. But yeah, I normally put a dot in the middle. My internet speeds, 100, what am I, 100 download and 40 upload. So yeah. Yeah. So basically 100, yeah. Oh, all good, man. Happy to help. Yeah, no, that's alright, man. Happy to help. I'm always open to new questions. I'm always happy to help people. It's never been an issue for me. But yeah, no, like, as I said, most of this stuff, like, it's not everything, but the experiences I've had with OEM machines has been atrocious. Like, every freaking OEM machine that I've ever freaking bought. Sorry, not bought, but every one that I've ever worked on has been an absolute pain in the ass to fix. Mainly because of the machines themselves being a bit of, well, I don't know, just, it's either the fact that they use cheap components or they use the cheaper stuff to put it together, or, you know, that's one part of it anyway. Ah, yeah, sorry. Well, hold on a second. Yeah, I'll just got to have a smoke first. That's alright, I am going to play some GTA anyway. I'm going to smoke first before I do anything else. Where the fuck is my... Oh, there it is. But yeah, like, every machine. I swear, every freaking machine. It's always the case. Oh, shit happens, unfortunately. It's life, man. It's just like fucking life. What the fuck is going on here, man? This is bullshit. That's alright. Where is it? There we go. I made some more coffee. Maybe. I've already had enough caffeine. I'll probably end up falling asleep at some point anyway. Yeah, well, I will get back to GTA 5. I'm just going to smoke the rest of this. Indubitably, dear Watson. I like this in the context of like Sherlock Holmes pipe. That's what I was completely going for with this pipe. Just the Sherlock Holmes thing. I actually bought 6 of these, surprisingly enough. Admit though, this is probably not the best lighter to use with it. On Xbox, you mean? I don't have Live at the moment. I haven't had it for a while. I need to go and purchase a subscription, and I'm going to get a prepaid card, but I haven't got one at the moment. Unfortunately. Might actually get one. I haven't played online for frick knows how long on the Xbox, so maybe I should. And now it's starting to get cold. So that's kind of annoying. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. Yeah, you would be able to play with me if I had Live. I don't have Live, unfortunately. Back on. Shit. So yeah, if I had Live, yeah, I'd have a game of GTA with you. No problem. I just don't have Live right now. Sadly. I will be purchasing some at some point anyway. I might even do it this week actually. I've got enough money this week. I do love this game though. I love GTA 5. Like GTA 5 in general is a good game. Yeah, sorry about that. I just oh shit you prick. I have if I had Live, I would welcome a game, to be honest. But I don't have Live right now. It's just that I let the subscription lapse, that's all. I've had more other pressing stuff to deal with in life. I'm going for my license and a lot of other stuff that I've been dealing with lately, so. Plus, you know, generally you've got to pay the bills too. It's like, fuck it. I'll let that subscription lapse. I think, yeah, originally I got a prepaid card, it was like 13 months long. I used it a little bit, I didn't use it all the time, but yeah. I think it's an idea to get Live anyway. It's generally a good idea if I do get it. But yes, I would welcome a game. I might even see if I can pick it up. Well, there's codes, see. What I normally do is I go on some of the, there's this in code deal sites and everything else. I've been hearing some stuff. I was reading an article, and they've started working on it. Apparently, this was about 2 or 3 weeks. No, it might have been like 4 weeks ago. I was reading an article randomly on the internet, and it just said that they basically started making number 6. Now, when its release date, not sure. No, I don't have that game. I have... hold on a second. Here's the games that I have on PC. I do have over 200 games on my PC. So, it'd probably be something that I could play with someone. We'll play with you. Hold on a second, let me just find it. So these are the games, pretty much. I've got 100 and something. How many? I've got 179 games installed. Of those ones, I've got multiplayer-based ones. So my multiplayer-based games are... I can't do it this week, unfortunately. But next week I'm going to be heading in there, and it's basically, I've got to do a 3-day course to get my license, or get my learners. Once I get my learners, then I can start actually taking lessons. But yeah, that's right, yes. I can, I've rung up and I've found out the exact cost. It's going to cost me $180 to do this course. It's a road ready course that you do. So it's $180 to do that. Once I do the course, I get 3 attempts on the test. If I fail those 3 attempts, which I highly doubt I'm going to fail it, but, you know, there's a distinct possibility, you have to pay a $41 to get more chances, basically. I think I bought Xbox Live. I bought what ended up buying last time? I ended up buying 13 months, 13 or 14 months, I think. And I buy it off some of the code sites, because there's some code sites out there you can get the recharge packs and stuff on. And I think it was like, I paid like $60 or something. And it was, yeah, 13 months for $60. I didn't regret doing it because I found it quite good. On top of that, when you have gold, you get free games. So, but yeah, my driving lessons have been going pretty good, man. Well, sorry, getting into them is going to be going pretty good. I've looked into how these repairs go. I basically looked into how, or what's involved with getting my license, and basically just all I've got to do is I've got to go in there and do a 3-day course. It's 10 hours worth of learning. Also, yeah, it's like 10 hours. You've got to sit there, you've got to read for the booklet. Yeah. Yeah, that too. I also discovered Uber recently too, because I didn't have Uber installed on my phone. I used Uber yesterday. No, on Friday night. I used Uber. I got drunk off my fucking ass. I thought, bugger it, I'm going to go down to the local pub down the road. There's a little club pub thing down the road. And I'm like, ah, fuck it, you know. I got Uber, man. Fuck it. So I took an Uber, drunk off my ass, went down to the pub, had 3 beers at the pub. Yeah. I had 3 beers at the pub. I talked to every single patron in the pub. I handed out business cards because I was drunk and I was just, you know, when I have a couple of drinks I tend to be a bit more socially outgoing. What's the word I'm looking for? You know, Dutch courage. Pretty much, I went in there, talked to about a dozen different people, even gave one of the barmaids my business card as well. It was a good night out. I really enjoyed myself, and I put $20 through the pokies, or the poker machine. Saying that $20 is on a limit, I would never go beyond $20, like spending $20 on poker machines or whatever, because that's my point. I knew somebody. I knew this guy. He literally would spend his entire paycheck, his entire freaking paycheck, Like, he put his whole entire paycheck through the freaking, so, I can't understand that. How the fuck is that? How could you put your entire fucking paycheck through the fucking pokies? I'm just sitting there and I'm like, what? Seriously, dude? How the fuck did you do that? I don't know. Anyway, he had a pretty serious gambling problem, I think. Anyway, he had gambling issues. So. But yeah, no, dude. You're right, I can take a cruise if I want to. But I also found it fascinating now because I got Uber. And I love Uber, man. I fucking love it. It's not that expensive either, so it doesn't cost me a fortune to go wherever the hell I want to go. And I can get out of the house more if I choose to, if I want to go somewhere, if I want to go to a club. I can get drunk off my freaking ass and, you know, take an Uber. Yeah, I know. It sounds really weird, but like, I'm sitting there, it's like 2:20 in the morning, I'm like, I'm drunk, let's go to the club. And like, because I actually had to check if they were open, because I was curious. But the club's open till like 4 AM, the actual club itself, but the bar closes at 3. So I only managed to get like maybe 3 or 4 beers before they closed the bar pretty much. All I had was water. All I did after that then was drink water pretty much. I couldn't freaking believe it though. I don't know. It's just like it was just funny. Like that's not something I typically do. You know, I'm like bugger it. You know, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I mean, well, 2:20 in the morning. Fuck it. Let's just go down and have a fucking couple of drinks and talk to the people. I talked to a couple of different people. There's a few people on the poker machines. I didn't put any money through my. Well, I mean, I put $20 through, but that's about it. Yeah, no problem, man. All good. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. Thank you for the follow. Thank you indeed. It's good to get new followers. I really probably do need to renew my Xbox Live. Indeed I do. I need to renew it. I know I do. Well, you are right, man, though. I'm hoping I do pass too. I don't think I'm going to have a problem passing, to be honest. I'm looking forward to it, to be truthful. I'm more independence to myself and do whatever the fuck, you know. I can get away from situations, I can get away from stuff, so, you know. That's crazy, though. Crazy world, crazy people. No, I'm honestly looking forward, I'm really looking forward to getting my license. Just for the independence factor and feeling like I don't know, I feel like I've achieved something too. I'm going to listen to this song because I'm in the mood. Me to the moon, me play among the stars, like in Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hands. In other words, don't kiss me. Fill my heart with song, forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, is be true. In other words, I love you. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dee da 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 dum. Da 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 da. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song, meaning forevermore. You are all I want to know, I worship and adore. In other words, is me true. In other words, I love you. I do love that song. Always the Frank Sinatra songs. I love classic songs. I love Elvis too. I'm such a classical person when it comes to my music choices. Damn, son. What is my... I don't know. But, you know, music is a creative part of your soul. It should be. I think it's a requirement. Got to be musical. Musically inclined. Music brings, you know, it brings that creativity. It, you know, brings a lot of stuff to you. I don't know. It's just maybe how I feel about things, mate. And is dark. Is the only that you see. So much creativity, people. Won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. Darling, darling, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Look upon, rumble and fall to the sea. I won't shed a tear as you stand by me. Oh, for fuck's sake, I thought that actually hit the roof. Fucking prick. What the fuck's that bullshit, mate? Get fucked. Absolutely. Alright, I'll... There we go! Oh! Yeah, I probably should have moved, but still. That was fucking funny. Holy shit. That, yeah, okay, that was actually good. Wow. That's, yeah, that's special. Ah, you fucking... Yeah! Oh! Well, yeah, I was gonna say, if like I didn't move, I would have fucking... Dance by me. Amazing. somebody to lean on. Somebody to lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend and I'll help you carry on. Lean on me, it won't be long. I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Pride. It won't be long. Somebody to lean on. You'll need somebody to lean on. Right? Understand? We all need somebody to lean on. Me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. It won't be long. I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. We all need somebody to lean on. Understand? We all need somebody to lean on. Should be interesting. I love causing destruction.
Citizens reporting a 996 on Yankuno Avenue. Citizens report a 996 on Yankuno Avenue. Sandy Shores.
Right, okay. Wow, that's actually a good song. So, because I was listening to Frank Sinatra earlier and it came with a bunch of other songs. Stand By Me was one of them, and then of course, Bill Walters, which is Lean On Me. I've become so much more musically inclined lately. My attitude towards music is just really oh, it keeps me going. Ah, you cunt! Fuck! Fucking dickhead! Fuck yeah! Ah, that's annoying. Fuck, 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 fuck! Asshole, that's what I would say. When a man loves a woman, alright. I need some water. Right, left, left, right, left, 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 right, left. I don't know what I've been told. Music, Mr. Maestro. Music indeed. It's always finding that right song that just conveys your opinion. Okay, so what do we need? Man loves a woman. So I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try and attempt to sing The Police. Every breath you take. God damn, this is probably gonna sound like cringeworthy shit. I'm just gonna attempt it. I don't know actually how well I'll fucking go with it. Oh, fucking ads. I don't want an ad. I mean, I know I don't have ad block. I turned that off for YouTube because I know people get advertising revenues. So it's just frustrating when I have to some of the ads anyway. Breath you take, every move you make, break every move you take. I'll be watching you. Wow, yeah, it's not even suitable for my day. What do you say? Wow. Take, I'm watching you. Oh, can't you see? Belong to me. My poor heart aches with every breath you take. You make. You take every breath you take. I'll be watching you. Nah, I don't know, it just doesn't suit my freaking voice. Okay, one second. You know what I will sing though? Cake. There we go, that's the song. This is the song. It's, you know, just total cringeworthy shit, I guess. Yeah. Let's go for cringy, shall we? Let's go for cringy. This is probably as much as I'm going to sound cringy. Haha! At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights just thinking how you'd done me wrong. I grew strong. I learned how to get along, and so you're back from outer space. Just walked in to find you here without that look upon your face. I should have changed my fucking lock. I would have made you leave your key. If I'd known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Oh, now walk out the door. Just turn around. I'm not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to break me with desire? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh, now I will survive. As long as I know how to love, I know I'll be alive. I got all my life to live. I got all my love to give. I will survive. I will survive. I do like that song. It's a good song. Conditioner. Dun, 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 dun. Open sesame seed bun. Open Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan. Open sarsaparilla. My broken heart, and I spent oh so many nights just thinking on how you done me. But I used to cry. But now I hold my head up high, and you see me. Somebody new, I'm not that stupid little person still in love with you. You just up by and you expect me to be free, but now I'm saving all my loving for someone who's loving me. Now, walk out the door, just turn around.
Yeah, you sure do
You're
talk
not
some shit.
welcome anymore.
You mother... Man, sorry about that.
I crumble. You think I'd lay down and die? Oh, now I will survive. As long as I know how to love, I know I'll be alive. I got all my life to live. I got all my love to give. Survive. I will survive. Driving. What's about the driving? It's good. It is 4:16 a.m. Dun, 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 dun. And admit you love me, and so how am I ever to know an only enemy? Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. Million times I ask you, and then I ask you over again. The answer, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. If you don't make your mind up, we'll never get started. And I don't want to wind up being parted, broken hearted. You really love me? Say yes. But if you don't, dear, confess. Please don't tell me. Perhaps, Perhaps, perhaps. Just go with that one anyway. Funny as all hell. Oh my god. Dun, 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 dun. You don't make your mind up. We'll never get started. And I don't want to wind up being parted, broken hearted. If you really love me, say yes. And if you don't, dear, confess. Please don't kill me. Perhaps, 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 perhaps. I went for that anyway. I didn't get the fun of it. It's hilarious though. If anybody knows the band Cake, I do like their stuff, so I always have. Radiation, once dismembered constellation. Frank Sinatra sings stormy weather. The flies and the spiders get along together. We're small on an old skipping record.
Watch out, man!
On this roof, beyond your powers of flaming truth, beyond your latest ad campaign. An old man sits collecting stamps in a room all filled with Chinese lamps. Others throw away. You'll be rich someday. Of an ancient radiation, the thumb-membered constellation, the glimmering radio station. Da 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 dee dee da 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 radiation, that heart's dismembered constellation, glimmering radio station. While Frank Sinatra sings stormy weather, the flies and the spiders get along together. Words fall on an old skipping record. Dun, dun, da, 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 dun. La da 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 dee. pointless destruction. Why the hell? I don't know. Like, that's fucking stupid. Like, pointless destruction. Why am I blowing shit up? Because I goddamn well can.
Citizens report a vehicle explosion on C Road.
1 star. Now set the starting line. Engines pumping and thumping in time. The green light crashes, the blacks go up. Churning and yearning, they burn for the cup. They desperate maneuver and muscle for rank. Fuel running fast on an empty tank. Reckless and wild, they pull through the turns. Their powers is potent and secretly stunts. Into the finish, legs go down. The fans get up and they get out of town. The arena is empty except for one man still striving as fast as he can. And the moon has come up. Oh, somebody left with the cup. He still burns. Knowing the distance. He's going for speed. All alone, all alone, all alone in a time of need. I love Cake. I don't know, is people consider, I don't know, see, I don't know, Cake was never really a cool band, but I loved it. I mean, I loved it back in high school, so. Eclectic tastes, maybe. Maybe that's my freaking problem. Weird, eccentric, eclectic tastes. That's probably the issue, you know. I bet you any money. Impelling, what monster truck force? In time that our memories will fade. Replacing and plotting the course. Riding on his horse. Down and the moon has come up. Lo, somebody left with the cup. Need something more instructive. There we go. That's more fun. Asshole! For speed.
Looks like we're gonna have to do this.
Fuck you, you cocksucking bastards! Motherfuckers! Fucking assholes. In the distance, he's going for speed. In the distance. Oh yes. Was it last night? I was listening to Loser Fruits. Sorry, not listening. I was watching, and I noticed in the background she has her music on, and she actually had an Offspring song at one point. I was like, lolly, she likes the Offspring. Well, she would do that anyway, but that's kind of cool. I like the Offspring myself. Offspring's a good band though. I've still got their album. I still got their album somewhere. They're probably in my CD collection. Freaking CD collection. CD collection. No, it's not digital music, ladies and gentlemen. I have CDs. I actually have musical CDs and CDs that have music on them. Yes, that's correct. I don't go. Well, I have a collection of MP3s on my computer, but I actually have music CDs. It's amazing! Holy shit! It's making me feel old. It's my fucking problem. Maybe I'm too old. I don't think I'm that old though. Fuck, let me be honest. I'm not. At heart, I feel like I'm 16. if I have to give myself my age of definition. Like, yeah, you know, just. I feel like I'm 16. I mean, I'm 34, but still. No, I do. I honestly feel 16 sometimes. Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
240. An attack
We gotta fall back!
Ah, you freaking prick. Motherfuckers. Son of a bitch. So anyway, in the process, I should be going for this 3-hour course to get my license soon. So that's going to be fun. Oh, sorry, 3-day. What am I saying? 3-hour. Fuck, got those mixed up. 3-day course, I mean. Should be interesting. New experience. How'd you drive? Should be rather curious to see what driving's going to be like. Probably a bit nervous about it, but not too bad. My nerves are pretty good most of the time, so. But I'm not an idiot.
Citizens report an explosion on Rancudo Avenue.
Fuck you. Shit, that's just fucking special. It's always fun and games till somebody loses a feckin' eye. So, oh, that's what I was watching earlier. Yesterday. Was it yesterday? Or no, it was yesterday. Because yesterday I was watching Father Ted. I love fucking Father Ted. I love all the BBC comedies. Father Ted, Blackadder. Classic shit. Holy Grail even. Freaking Monty Python. Anybody who doesn't like... Anybody who... Seriously. You have no sense of humor if you... like... If you can't like fucking Monty Python, you have no sense of humor. I'm sorry, but that shit is funny. It is funny. Not just that, but just... The Knights that say knee! I just fucking love it. It's not my issue too much sometimes. I watch a little bit too much Netflix sometimes. I think that's my issue. Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I do that. I watch too much Netflix. I admit that. I didn't know they released another album. Cool. I need to get the rest about I really need to get the other Cake songs. Because I know that the album I had, which I'll show you actually. Where the fuck is it? There it is. I actually have the original Cake album, which I was listening to then, was most of those songs. So, I actually have the album. Where was this released? 1995. Yeah. Unbelievable. That CD really needs a clean. I bet it's got a couple of scratches on it too. It's not too bad though, it's just got a couple of scratches and stuff on it, so it should be pretty easy to clean. Still work though. So I've got this. So what? I've got freaking Fashion Nugget. Would you believe it? Yeah. Cake Fashion Nugget. All bang. And then I got fucking I've got I need to actually... I haven't bought a CD for years, so... I'm downloading no shit these days. But, I've got... Offspring Americana. Right? And I got the Offspring... the original album there. Self-Esteem. Yeah, I remember these. This made me fall in love with Offspring as a band in general. Or, you know, just... Yeah, I'd say this got me hooked on Offspring. It'd be the first emphasis point. And then this one, which I think this is a new album. Not fairly new, I mean, it's not that new. God damn. So it's been through the wars, a couple of cracks in the case. I think I think there's a couple of times I've actually ended up sitting on it or something, something's happened to it. It's probably got cracked or dropped out on my CD thing anyway. When was this made? 2000. This is 2000. This is a 2000 album, which was Conspiracy of One. Which wasn't a bad album, actually. Unbelievable! I actually have music CDs. It's amazing. To think. Wow. Fucking hell. Wow. Yeah. Wow, that's amazing though. Unfucking-believable. You know, like, just makes me feel old. I mean, to be honest, I don't feel that old, but some days I do. I guess at the end of the year, only years now. Most days I feel like a 16-year-old. That's ironic. Oh. I've always been fun to see even in the beginning. That's more fucking like it. Where the fuck did this fucking helicopter go, you motherfuckers? Bastards! Absolute prick of a thing. Oh well. Can't be fucking helped, I guess. I don't know, I think I've moved on from some things, I don't know. I'm feeling better lately. Feeling like I'm actually achieving more things in my life lately. It's one part of it. For a little while I was suffering, I don't know, sometimes I suffer from self-esteem issues. It's weird though, somebody's like, okay, but hold on a second, you suffer from self-esteem issues, but you're sitting here talking to a bunch of people on freaking webcam. How does that work? Yeah, it's a catch-22 thing with me. It's just because I was bullied as a kid. So maybe that's the stem of it, psychologically speaking. Analysing myself under a psychological microscope, I can honestly say some days it's just like, what the fuck is going on in my head, man? I have no idea. I scare myself sometimes. But I think I scare myself in a good way than a bad way, really, so... mysterious ways. Just a touch of my hands. In love with you every single day. I know you I am now. Dream me into your loving arms. Thousand arms. You know, it's funny though. I admit I'm a hopeless romantic. I've always believed in the context of soulmates and people that you connect with. Not just psychological. I mean, there's a physical level, of course, involved in it, but it's also a psychological thing. When you want to love someone, or you're putting your love into someone, there's that deep-seated, it's a deep-seated psychological need to connect with them especially on a mental level, you know. And you feel like you're loved and you want it and you need it, you know. Yeah, definitely. It's my whole feeling on it. I think finally I've ended up getting over my ex. Took a while. Shit, almost took 2 years. But now I don't feel the need to drink myself into a stupor because of the fact that I was depressed about her. Plus, I'm not bitter at her anymore. I mean, I guess, you know, she did scare me out of money, but I mean, I'm not going to hold it against her. Sometimes we do things that we regret to survive. So, you know, no. I'm not going to hold on to that anymore. It's fucking pointless. All it did was make me fucking angry, that's all. And that's probably the worst thing I could have done. But the worst thing I could have done is hold on to it. That's the worst thing I could have done. Because it just sent me fucking spinning in a circle when it came to me being angry about shit. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck being angry anymore. I don't want to be angry. I want to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to be joyful. I want to have fun. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy myself. I want to feel like I'm achieving something in life. I want to move my career up, whether it's my YouTube or whether it's my repairs. You know what? I got big plans. That's the thing. I got freaking plans in my head. And I know what I want to do. Alright? First thing. Okay, alright. First thing I want to do is I want to expand upon my business. I want to be able to franchise my Fallen Computer Repairs out. Like Fallen Gaming or Fallen Gaming 949 or Fallen Computer Repairs. I want to be able to franchise it out. So it actually becomes a franchise itself. And, you know, I might even create a franchise like website. Like, that's something I want to expand upon that. I mean, you know, YouTube and Twitch and all that's neither here nor there. I mean, you know, I mean, sometimes I put heaps of effort in. I mean, the only reason I'm really putting more effort into YouTube at the moment is because I haven't got a massive amount of repairs at the moment. So that's probably the main reason, you know. But fuck, you know. This is what I want. This is my future plan, right? My future plan. I want to expand my business into a franchise. On top of expanding my business into a franchise, I also want to get married. I want to have 2 kids. Bare minimum of 2 kids. Yeah, 2 kids. Boy, girl. If I was going to pick, I'd say a boy and a girl. But, yeah. Luck of the draw these days. But yeah, I want to get married. And... I want to expand my business. I want to help my family. I want to give back to my family because I love my dad.
Yeah, see you about.
He's put up with me over the years, you know. I mean, I hang around him and stuff, you know, and things like that. But I want to be able to give more back to him. I mean, you know, I do help my family. I love my family, but if I can get my dad a new car, or if I can do all this other stuff, you know, I mean, to be honest, that's get my dad a new car, buy a house. Yeah, buy a house. Definitely. Those things are more renting at the moment, anyways. But yeah. Buy a house, buy a car.
Looks
Help my
like
dad out
tourist
with things
season's
too.
officially begun.
So much more I want to do for my dad. Even my sisters. And
Whatever you're hunting, 4 legs.
I don't know,
or
for
two,
me,
we've got
family's
you covered.
important.
Hope
Family
that
is
does what you
extremely
need.
important. It always has been. I'll be honest, most of the time if people threaten my family, that's when I tend to get pissed off and I get angry enough to want to kill some fucker, especially if they're threatening my family.
I'll be
Nobody
honest.
threatens my family.
Pride in my work vanished a long time ago.
Family is important. Yeah. You know what? A lot of people have the same attitude as I do, so... I mean, I understand there's people who obviously are, you know, they have shitty families and they have bad situations, you know, I get that. But I've always had a pretty positive experience with families, you know, so... Yeah, I've always had a pretty positive experience.
Amazing the tourists we get out
Yep.
here now after all them documentaries.
Positive experience, people. Positive experience.
That's you all done.
Passenger, let her go. No. Let her go. I'm feeling low. Deep. Sometimes. Deepness, being deep, is a good thing. Yeah, being deep is a good thing. Oh, I think it is anyway. Sometimes I think I'm a little too deep. A little too complex, a little more complex than I should be sometimes. This comes from thinking and over-analysing everything in your life. You analyse it. You analyse it to the point where it's like, fuck, why the fuck am I analysing? You know, whether it's a stressful situation or worrying about something, you always over-analyse it too much. 'Tis always the way, is it not? 'Tis it not? 'Tis it not true? The truth, justice, and the American pandas, apparently. Anyway, I think I'm going to knock off for a while. It's 4:47. Just going to go and relax for a bit anyway. I might see if I can sleep, because I'm fairly tired at the moment. But it's 4:47 a.m. I'll probably just lay in bed and freaking end up playing on my bloody phone. That's always fucking happens though. Every fucking time it's like I gotta go to sleep and I'll fucking grab my phone. It's like I'll sit on my phone for like half an hour before I go to sleep. I'm like, what the fuck? Alright. Well, you know what? I'm off. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Yeah, maybe during the day. Probably gonna say later in the day. Probably about mid-afternoon, depending if I end up falling asleep. If I don't, then I just stay up. It's all good. Why the fuck am I talking in Russian accent? I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna knock off for a bit. Alright. Thank you very much, and anyway, I hope that guy that I gave the code to was happy. Yeah, well, he did thank me anyway earlier. I gave him a code anyway because I had a 48-hour code. I'm like, here, dude, take it, go on. It's fine, it's fine, man. It's cool. So obviously he's gonna be happy because he can get 48 hours worth of Xbox Live. I mean, I could have kept it for myself, but I thought, nah, fuck it. I'm gonna buy my own freaking. I'll buy myself a subscription anyway. I want to get one of the cards anyway. All right, okay, fuck. If I don't fucking shit, this is my point. I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna get fucking stuck in a ranting, raving loop, verbal diarrhea. All right, okay, all right. Catches, bye.